His fingers used to trace lazy circles on my back when he thought I was asleep. "You're the only one I see, baby," he whispered once, brushing my hair back from my face like I was made of porcelain. I believed him. 6 years. 6 birthdays. 6 winters under the same blanket. 6 summers with his sweat on my skin and my laugh tangled with his. And all that time, I thought I was home. I reached for him tonight like I always did, my leg sliding over his, my cheek pressing into his shoulder. His phone buzzed on the nightstand. Zane stirred but didn't wake. I reached over, half asleep, expecting it to be another work email. He always said he had too many to keep up with, but the screen didn't show a subject line. It showed a name, Isla Kissmark. Still thinking about last night. "You were unreal. Call me when she's asleep." My stomach dropped. "What the fuck?" I whispered. I stared at the text, willing it to disappear. But it stayed there. Bright. Mocking. Her name burned into my brain. I turned to look at him. Zane. Peacefully asleep, one hand curled over his chest like he was dreaming of peace. Or her. Maybe both. I held the phone tighter, still thinking about last night. I muttered, eyes stinging. He shifted. "MMH, babe?" I froze. He sat up slowly, rubbing his eyes. "You okay?" "You got a message," I said flatly, holding out the phone. His brows drew together. Then he saw the name. He didn't even try to lie. "Oh. Oh?" My voice cracked. "That's all you've got?" "Look, I didn't want," he rubbed the back of his neck. "It's not what you think." "Oh, really?" I laughed, but it didn't sound human. "Because what I think is you've been fucking someone named Isla while telling me I'm your forever." His jaw tensed. "It wasn't like that." "Then explain it to me, Zane. Please. Tell me how that message meant something innocent. Tell me how the kiss emoji just slipped in there by accident." He looked down. I blinked fast, tears coming. Before I could stop them. "You said I was your best friend." "You are," he said quickly. "You still are." I stared at him like he'd grown another head. "Best friends don't stab each other in the spine with their phones, Zane." "I didn't mean to hurt you," he said. It got complicated." "Complicated?" I yelled, voice cracking. "You kept me for 6 years. 6. And you couldn't keep your pants zipped for 6 days without me noticing?" He looked like he wanted to defend himself. But he didn't. He just stayed quiet. I could feel the scream climbing up my throat, but I swallowed it down. "So how long has it been?" His silence was answer enough. "Zane," I said, more quietly, "how long?" He ran a hand down his face. 4 months. I stepped back. 4 months, that meant our anniversary. That weekend we spent in the cabin. The one I booked. The one he left early from, saying work had called him back. That cabin. Was that the night? My voice dropped to a whisper. "Was she there, that night? When you said you were in meetings?" "I don't." My voice shook. "Don't answer that." The wall spun around me. I grabbed the edge of the dresser to keep from falling. He reached for me. "Hey, don't touch me." I snapped, pulling away like he was fire. "You don't get to touch me anymore." He looked like I'd slapped him. "I messed up. Okay? But I never stopped loving me." I cut him off. "Don't you dare say that." I didn't stop caring. "Bullshit," I spat. "You chose her." He didn't speak. I stepped away, wrapping my arms around myself. "Get out." "Babe, don't call me that." My voice was ice. Can we talk about this when?" "No. We're done." I looked him straight in the eyes. "We are so done, Zane." He hesitated. Then nodded. Slowly. Like he was the one heartbroken. He grabbed his phone. Walked toward the door. I watched him leave. The door clicked shut, and I stood there, in the silence he left behind. A single thought echoed in my head like a curse. Who the hell is Isla Kissmark? I don't remember falling asleep. Just waking up to sunlight slashing across my bed like it was punishing me. Zane's pillow was cold. Good. My eyes burned. My chest felt like someone had kicked it in. Over and over. I grabbed my phone and typed her name, Isla, into the search bar. There she was. Pretty. Confident. That infuriating kind of perfect that made your blood boil just looking at her. Her profile was open. Of course it was. Women like her didn't hide. They wanted to be seen. One photo punched the air out of my lungs. That cabin, the fireplace. The exact throw blanket I picked out. My idea. My surprise for Zane's birthday. She was standing in front of it. Wearing his hoodie. My boyfriend's hoodie. The caption read, "Best weekend with my favorite distraction Kissmark." My hands were shaking. I scrolled further. Another post from the same weekend. This time, her feet in front of a fire pit. 2 wine glasses. One male hand. Holding hers. I knew those hands. I used to kiss those fingers. He told me I was a secret worth keeping. I wanted to scream. Instead, I pulled on a hoodie, his, ironically, and grabbed my keys. He opened the door like nothing was wrong. "Hey, I was about to text you." I walked in. Slammed the door behind me. "Who is she, Zane?" I hissed. He blinked. What? You know what? Isla. The one who wore my gift in my cabin. His face fell. I saw the pictures. He closed the door slowly, like that would help. I wasn't hiding her to hurt you, he said. I just didn't know how to end things. My stomach twisted. End things? You were planning on leaving me? I didn't say that. You didn't have to, I snapped. You already left, Zane. You just forgot to walk out the door. He ran a hand through his hair. It wasn't serious at first. It just happened. No. Tripping over a curb just happens. Sleeping with someone behind my back doesn't. He looked like he wanted to argue but didn't. How long? I asked. He sighed. I told you, for months. You lied, I said, voice cold. The cabin was 5 months ago. He paused. Okay. Fine. 5. God. I laughed bitterly. You celebrated your birthday with her while texting me, wish you were here. I didn't want to hurt you. You keep saying that like it makes you less of a coward. He didn't reply. You could have just left, Zane. You could have said, I'm not in love with you anymore. But instead, you kept me around like a backup charger. That's not fair. Fair? I laughed. You want to talk about fair? After 6 years, I have to find out from a goddamn Instagram post that you've replaced me. It wasn't about replacing you. Then what was it? I challenged. What does she give you that I don't? She listens, he said quietly. That hit harder than it should have. I stared at him. So you punish me for getting tired. For carrying your stress. For staying when you pushed me away. No, she listens? I repeated, voice rising. Do you have any idea how many nights I stayed up, waiting for you to open up? How many times I begged you to talk to me? I didn't mean it like that. Yes, you did. He looked away. I felt the tears come again. But I wouldn't let them fall. Not here. Do you love her? I asked. He didn't answer. My voice broke. Zane. Do you love her? He looked up, and then he said the words I'll never forget. I didn't cheat. I just fell out of love. I froze. I didn't mean for it to happen, he added. It just changed. People don't fall out of love like a dropped pen, I whispered. It's not that simple. No, I said. It's not. But it's easy when you're lying in someone else's bed. His jaw clenched. You think I don't feel guilty? I don't care how you feel anymore. Silenced. He stepped forward. Can we talk like adults? No, I said, backing away. Adults don't lie for 5 months and then ask for come. Adults don't play both sides until one burns. He didn't stop me when I walked toward the door. He didn't say my name. He didn't even say sorry. I haven't seen you in 4 days. Nina's voice echoed from the other side of the door. I stayed silent, curled up on the floor, my back against the couch like it could hold me together. She knocked again. Open the damn door or I'll call your mother and tell her you died. I groaned. Dramatic much? I'm climbing through your kitchen window in 5 minutes. I dragged myself up and unlocked the door. She stepped in, took one look at me, and frowned. Have you showered? I brushed my teeth yesterday, I muttered. Fantastic. At this rate, you'll qualify for zombie status by tomorrow. I collapsed back onto the couch. I'm tired, Nina. Of what? Crying? Breathing. She sat beside me. It's been a week since he told you. You need to eat. Or scream. Or punch something. I already did. I gestured to the shattered picture frame on the floor. Was that the one of you two in Paris? Yeah. Good. That frame was ugly anyway. I let out a soft laugh. First one in days, then I went. Quiet again. She looked around. This place smells like your heartbreak. Open a damn window. I keep trying to forget, I said. But everything here reminds me of him. She glanced at the coffee mug on the table. His favorite one. Then stop trying to forget. Remember everything. And then use it. I frowned. Use it? Nina leaned in. He didn't just break your heart. He made you feel small. Replaced. Like 6 years meant nothing. They didn't mean nothing to me. I know, she said gently. But he needs to feel what you felt. Not by yelling. Not by crying. That man needs a front row seat to your rise. I blinked. You want me to, what? Get revenge? No. I want you to take your power back. I stared at the ceiling. She stood. Where's the old you? The fire? The girl who used to laugh at guys like Zane and say, they'll choke on their own ego? She died when he kissed Isla. No, she's buried under this mess, she said, kicking an old hoodie on the floor. We're digging her out. She disappeared into my room. I followed. She was pulling open drawers, lifting the bed skirt. Seriously, what are you doing? Looking for your rage. What? Everyone's got a rage box, she said. Photos, love notes, dumb shit he gave you. You keep it because part of you wants to remember. But it's also the part that fuels your comeback. She yanked a shoebox from under my bed. I froze. That's it. She plopped it on the bed. Let's go. I opened it slowly. Old Polaroids. His terrible poems. That letter he wrote on our 1-year anniversary, to my forever home. My throat tightened. God, I was so stupid. No, Nina said. You were honest. He was the coward. I pulled out my journal. The one I used to write in before I got lazy. Or too happy to need it. I flipped through it, stopping at a page that read, I love him so much it scares me. I stared at it for a long time, then I ripped it out. Whoa, Nina whispered, another page. He said I'm his favorite place. Rip, I'm done crying, I said, atta girl. I looked up. He built a whole other life, Nina. While I was planning our future, he was planning her weekend getaways. She nodded. So now you build your own. With fire. She grinned. Exactly. I want him to see me everywhere. He turns. Hear my laugh when he tries to move on. Wonder if I ever really loved him, even though I did. Make him doubt everything. I stood, heart pounding for the first time in days. He thinks he ended me. Now we show him you were just getting started. I smirked. If he wanted a game? I'll give him one. She handed me the picture of the cabin. What do you want to burn first? My silence. I stayed. Up all night planning, pulled out outfits he said were too much. They were perfect now, wrote a list of names. People he knew. People who mattered to him. People who still liked me. Nina helped me draft posts, plan run-ins, rehearse the exact look I'd wear when he saw me again. By sunrise, I was changed, not fully. Not healed. But burning, and I liked it. I stood at the mirror, eyeliner sharp enough to cut glass. Nina leaned in the doorway. So what's the plan? I looked at my reflection. He broke me. I turned, grabbed my coat. Now watch me burn. Red, not just any red, that red. The kind that makes men stare and women sharpen their eyes. The kind that doesn't whisper, notice me, but screams, remember me. I walked into the lobby like I owned it. I didn't check in. Didn't need to. Eyes did that for me. I caught the hostess glancing down at her tablet, then back at me with a double take. Ms. She blinked. I smiled. He'll know. The ballroom doors swung open. Gold chandeliers. Soft jazz. Clinking glasses. 100 carefully polished lives pretending to be perfect, and right in the center, Zayn.my heels clicked across marble like a countdown. He looked up, saw me, and froze. I could practically hear his brain short-circuiting. His eyes dragged over me like he was trying to remember what it felt like to unzip this dress. His mouth moved but said nothing. I tilted my head, smiling just enough to sting. Miss me? His voice finally worked. What are you doing here? Enjoying the party, I said. Unless this is a private event. In which case, I leaned in slightly, I'll make it public. He glanced around, trying to pull himself together. This is a corporate gala. Perfect. I love networking. I brushed past him like his skin didn't crawl over mine. Isla appeared from the side like a blood clot. She gave me a fake smile. Didn't think we'd be seeing you again. Neither did I said sweetly. But here I am. Back from the dead. Her gaze flicked over my dress, then quickly toward Zayn. He wasn't looking at her. He was still staring at me. Perfect, miss. Carter, is it? A deep voice said behind me. I turned to see a man with silver temples, expensive cufflinks, and ambition leaking from his pores. I smiled. You must be Mr. Donish. Call me Imran, he said, taking my hand just a little too slowly. Zayn mentioned you once, though not nearly as vividly as I imagined. I leaned in. That's because he never really saw me. He laughed, eyes glinting. Now that's a line I won't forget. I felt Zayn's gaze burning across the room. Good point. 10 minutes later, I was surrounded. Mr. Donish was still glued to my side, some younger execs hovered nearby, and I felt Rihan before I even saw him, still causing trouble. His voice purred. Behind me. I turned slowly. Rihan. Taller than I remembered. Same razor-sharp cheekbones. Same half-smirk that used to undo me at 17. Depends, I said. You still chasing headlines? Only the scandalous ones, he said, offering his arm. I took it. His lips brushed my cheek a little too close to my mouth. Zayn stepped forward immediately. You two know each other? Rihan grinned. Old history. Long story, I added. Messy. Delicious. You'd hate it. Isla's grip on her champagne flute tightened. Zayn's voice dropped. This isn't the time, Rihan. Relax, he said. We're all friends here, right? I ran my hand slowly down Rihan's sleeve. Some of us more than others. Zayn's jaw twitched. Later, near the bar, I felt him approach before. I heard him, you shouldn't be here. Neither should your guilt, I replied, sipping my wine. He leaned in. What are you trying to do? I looked up. Make memories. With Rihan? Why not? At least he never lied to me. Zane's voice dropped to a growl. You're doing this to get back at me. No, I said calmly. I'm doing this so you'll never forget what you lost. He looked away. Furious. I reached out, adjusted his crooked tie, his breath caught. I whispered, I don't have to touch you, Zane. I already haunt you. I turned away, walked back to Rihan, and let my laughter fill the room. When I glanced back, Zane was still watching me, exactly as planned. Zane, can we talk? Just talk. Please. I stared at the message for a full minute before I typed back. Me, where, he picked a quiet cafe. The kind with low lighting and overpriced tea. I wore the soft sweater he used to love, blue, loose, like vulnerability. Draped across my shoulders. He was already there when I walked in. Staring at the door like he wasn't sure I'd come, his eyes lit up when I did. Hey, he said. I sat down. Hi. He looked nervous. His hand tapped the table, then stilled. You look better. Better than broken? I gave a tired smile. Low bar. I deserved that. Yes, I said, you did. A long pause. I haven't slept right in days, he said. Everything's been loud. Good, I replied. Noise is what truth sounds like when you stop lying to yourself. He winced. I wanted to explain, you already. Did you fell out of love? Into Isla. He shook his head. It's not about her. Then what was it about? He swallowed. I don't know. I lost myself somewhere, and you didn't notice. I blinked. You cheated because I didn't notice you. No, I mean, he sighed. We were stuck in routines. Everything started feeling expected. I felt invisible. And instead of talking to me, you made me invisible, I said. Quietly. He stared at me. I thought I missed you, I whispered. But I missed who I used to be when I was stupid. His face crumpled just a little. I still love you, he said. I let my eyes water, let my hand reach for his, let him believe he had a chance. He took my hand like it meant forgiveness. His thumb brushed my skin like he remembered it. I want to fix this, he said. I looked away. It's too late for fixing. He leaned in. Then let me hold you. Just for a second. I nodded slowly. He stood. Walked around the table. I stood too, and then I let him touch me. His arms went around my waist, his lips pressed against mine, slow, desperate, tasting of regret and lies. I kissed him back, soft, deep, familiar. His hand brushed my neck. My fingers slid into his hair. I leaned into him like maybe I needed it. Like maybe my heart still remembered what his chest felt like, and then I pulled away, eyes locked on his. You disgust me, I whispered. He blinked. What? I wanted to know what betrayal tasted like. I said. Now I do. It's bitter. Like you. His face cracked open. Wait, what? I gave you 3 minutes of fake forgiveness. You gave me 5 years of fake love. We're not even. You were pretending? Yes. I stepped back. And you fell for it. His voice dropped. Why? I pulled out my phone. Stopped. The recording. Tapped save. His eyes widened. You recorded me? You record your downfall, I said calmly. It's how we preserve art. He looked around. You're serious? I slid my phone into my bag. You wanted closure? Here. It is. Don't do this. Don't cheat, I replied. But we can't go back in time now, can we? He reached for me again, desperate. Please. I stepped away. You don't love me, Zane. You love the version of me that let you lie. He dropped his hand. I adjusted my coat. You were right about one thing. He looked up. We were in a routine. And I'm done with it. Was any of it real? He asked, voice breaking. I paused. Yes, I said. Until you made me fake everything. And then I walked out. I hit send, the clip uploaded in seconds. I watched the blue bar fill like it was measuring the end of his career, then I sent it to Isla.no caption. No explanation, just the raw, uncut audio of Zane whispering, I still love you. Let me fix this. Followed by my voice, low and lethal, you disgust me. 20 minutes later, her account lit up, at Isla_unfiltered, video camera. So this just happened. Hashtag cheaters deserve it. Hashtag Zane exposed 300 comments in 5 minutes. 1000 by 10. Opened my group chat with Nina.me, showtime. Nina, lights. Camera. Shred. I watched the circus unfold with my tea cooling in my hand. Wait, is this real? That's Zane? He told me he was single 6 months ago. Oh, this man's about to be jobless and girlfriendless. I didn't blink. Just kept scrolling. Isla went live. Her face was pure venom. This man had the audacity to lie to both of us. So here's what I'm not gonna do, stay quiet. Click, her followers doubled in an hour. His dropped. I opened my anonymous email.to, hr@averickscorporate.com subject, employee conduct concerned body, an Averex senior associate has been leaking sensitive project details to an external party, Isla Qureshi, not employed with the company. We believe this violates company policy and possibly NDAs. Attached are screenshots of conversations between them. Attachment, ss_chat dump_4.zip send.10. Minutes later, Nina called. You did it, she said. He did it, I replied, still. You held the match. I just let him burn himself. She snorted. Do you want me to order cake or champagne? Neither. God, you're cold. I'm exhausted. 2 hours later, Rihan messaged me. Rihan, tell me I can laugh. Me, you can laugh. Rihan. HR has a meeting scheduled. Zayn's name is on the agenda. Me, good. Rihan, he's spiraling. Me, he's unraveling. Rihan, you're terrifying. I like it. Me, I'm busy. Rihan, fair.my phone buzzed again. Zayn, why are you doing this? To me? I stared at it, then typed slowly, deliberately. Me, 6 years, Zayn, send. He didn't reply. I didn't need him to. His image was cracking, sliding off like cheap paint under rain. His boss unfollowed him. Isla blocked him. And my inbox stayed quiet, exactly how I liked it. Bang. 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 I didn't move. The rain hit harder than his fists. But still, I waited. 3 more knocks, then his voice, please. Please open the door. I opened it. He stood there, soaked through, water dripping off his eyelashes. Like guilt, I have nothing left. Good, I said. He stepped inside without asking. Left puddles on my floor, like his mess was always mine to mop up. I didn't know where else to go, he whispered. You could have tried Isla. She blocked me. She posted some things. And now my boss, my ex-boss, you're unemployed. He nodded slowly. They escorted me out. No warning. My keycard didn't even beep. I almost smiled. Almost. I know I hurt you, he said, voice cracking. But I loved you. No, I cut in. You loved the version of me that didn't know better. He took a shaky breath. My apartment flooded. Everything's gone. Friends aren't answering. It's like I'm invisible. You made me invisible first. He dropped to his knees, right there in my hallway. I'm sorry. I swear, I'm sorry. I'd take it all back if I could. I crouched, level with him, and tilted my head. You want forgiveness? He nodded, soaked and stupid. I leaned in, inches from his lips. Do you remember that kiss? His breath caught. Which one? The one I gave you after crying. The one you thought meant I still wanted you. He stared at me. Confused. Hopeful. I leaned even closer. I was recording you. He flinched like I slapped him. I stood slowly. And Rihan? His brows pulled together. I kissed him too. Deep. Hot. Just enough for the cameras to catch. He rose to his feet, panic rising. Wait, what? I told him everything. He laughed. Said he saw it coming. Said karma's a genius in heels. Rihan was in on this? No, I said sweetly. But he enjoyed it. Zayn's face went pale. You used me. You used me for 6 years. I used you for 6 days. His mouth opened, then closed. You didn't just cheat on me, I said, stepping closer. You tried to erase me. Gaslight me. Replace me. I leaned in one final time. Now I erased you. He looked like he might collapse, but I loved you. No, I said. You loved control. He whispered, please. I opened the door again. Leave. He didn't move. I pointed. Go be someone else's lesson. Rain swallowed him whole as he stepped out. I shut the door, and this time, I locked it. The wind tugged at my coat as I stepped onto the rooftop. Same cracked tile. Same rusted railing. Same view we used to call ours. Not anymore. Now it was just mine. My phone buzzed. Rihan, dinner tonight? Just dinner. Rihan, you look better when you're not pretending you're fine. I stared at the message. Then locked the screen. Not today, but I smiled anyway. My fingers closed around the velvet box in my coat pocket. The ring was still there. Cold. Heavy. I used to wear it like armor. Now it just felt like a lie pressed against my skin. Remember when we thought this view meant forever? His voice wasn't real. Just the echo of an old memory. You said sunsets looked better from here. I shook my head. You said that. I just believed you. I walked to the edge. The wind wrapped around me like a warning. You're dramatic, Nina had said earlier. Closure doesn't need theatrics. But this wasn't for closure. This was for me. I opened the box. The ring caught the morning light like it still wanted to shine. You made me small, I whispered. You took 6 years from me. I turned it in my palm. I begged you to choose me. I begged you to love me better. You didn't even try. I looked out over the city. The world kept turning. Cars moved. Lights flickered off in tall buildings. Somewhere, coffee was brewing, and I was still here. Breathing, without him. I tightened my grip on the ring one last time. You don't get to haunt me anymore. I held it over the ledge. Let the wind kiss it, then I let go. It fell, not fast. Not slow. Just, gone. I waited for the sound. A faint metallic clink, maybe. But the noise never came. Silence. Perfect. My phone buzzed again. Rihan, if you change your mind, I'll be here. Not rushing. Not rescuing. Just here. I didn't reply. I didn't need to. I stepped back from the ledge. Took a deep breath. There were no tears. No flashbacks. No guilt, just wind. Sky. And me. I loved him like a fool. I whispered. I left him like a queen. And this time, I meant it.